MBA Show, the business podcast that gives you the direction you need with our daily 10-minute business lessons for the real world. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online over at 100mba.net. In today's lesson, you will learn 4 dead simple sales principles. If you're new to sales, if you feel uncomfortable with sales, if the word sales makes you cringe, but you know you got to do it to be in business, then today's 4 principles are really going to help you. They're going to be your guidelines. If you can stick to these 4 principles, you can make sales and it won't feel uncomfortable. But on one condition, I want you to listen to today's lesson with an open mind. I want you to forget all the feelings you have about sales right now and start anew, start fresh. And I promise at the end of today's lesson, you're going to feel better about sales. You're going to have the direction and the steps to do better at sales with your business. So let's get into it, guys. Let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by SumoMe. We've been using SumoMe for the past 2 years, and we absolutely love it because it's the best tool for collecting email addresses, growing your email list, building traffic to your website. I was just looking at our stats earlier. In the last 3 months, SumoMe alone, just the app on the website, has collected over 3,000 emails for the $100 MBA. Best of all, you can get it for free and have it free forever. Just go to our special link, 100mba.net/SumoMe. That's 100mba.net/SumoMe. With today's 4 simple principles, you're going to feel more confident. You're going to know exactly what to do when it comes to sales. And you'll have a formula. You'll have a system. So you may want to jot these 4 down. Take some notes today. Maybe re-listen to this episode when you had a chance to write down if you're driving right now or if you're jogging. But in a lot of ways, these principles can really help save your business if you're struggling with sales. Let's get into principle number 1. And principle number 1 is you should only sell to qualified leads. I need to explain this because it's so important. Too many of us, when we first get started, we try to sell to everybody with a pulse. We think everybody will love our product, when in fact, there's only a certain group of people that will be really interested in your product. Now, just because they're a group doesn't mean they're a limited amount of people. We live in a large world of 7 billion people. That group can be enough for you to make a living. And remember, new people are going to be added to a group every single day. So I want you to make sure you understand this point because it's so important. It's a lot harder. It's really hard to sell to somebody who's not sold on the concept that you're selling. Let me use Webinar Ninja, our webinar software, as an example. It's a lot harder for me to sell Webinar Ninja to somebody who has no use or has no inclination to do webinars. If I have to convince somebody to do webinars, that's a hard sell. But if they want to do webinars, they're eager to do it, but they're just looking for the right platform to do it on, that's a qualified lead. That's somebody that is a lot easier to sell to. Not only are they easier to sell to, but the sale sticks, meaning that they'll continue to be a customer because they're already convinced of the value you can offer. Well, they're not 100% convinced, but they're halfway there. You're going to have to take them the rest of the way, and we'll show you how to do that. But this point is so critical. You got to make sure that you don't try to market to every single person. From the language on your website, to your sales videos, to the way you describe your features, to the way you blog, to the way you content market about your product, make sure you are targeting a specific group of people with specific needs. This is something I've learned over the years, and it's really helped our business stay focused and really expend our efforts, our money, everything, our time to the right people. You can quickly go out of business if you're spending all your money and time and efforts, advertising to people that are just simply not qualified leads. So again, remember, try to find the right people that are already interested in what you offer. People that are buyers, people that if they just knew about your business and what you offered, they would buy. They don't need convincing or not that much convincing. All right, so that's point number 1. Sell to qualified leads. Point number 2, or principle number 2, you must identify the pain you are solving with your product or service. What is the issue you are solving? Even if you're not an informational product where you're teaching people things. A good example of this is Harry's.com, one of our sponsors here on the show. They supply really good razors to people at home. They deliver to them. You don't have to go to the store. It's cheaper than actually going to the drugstore. So they solve all these pains, the pain of buying razors at a drugstore, remembering to pick them up, the inconvenience of that. That's the pain they're solving. What pain does Netflix solve? Well, there's nothing on TV. That's a pain. I don't want to go to a video store if they still exist, but this is how they became big. They solved this pain. People didn't want to go to video stores back in the day. They want to just sit at home and have a selection to watch on demand. It's like having a library of movies right in their home. So they're solving the pain of the inconvenience of going to a video store or, being bored at home and there's nothing on TV, or you catch a movie in the middle of the movie and you kind of miss the whole thing. So that's what Netflix solved. You got to identify what pain you are solving. Very important, because it's going to be in your copy, if not the first headline you have somewhere in the beginning of your sales page. It's going to be part of your sales videos. It's going to be a part of your language. It's part of your blog post. What pain are you solving? Because if you're not solving a pain and you don't identify the pain you're solving, people don't understand, why are you useful? Why do you exist? And by identifying the pain you are solving with your business allows them to understand that clearly. All right, let's move on to principle number 3. Now that you've identified the pain that you're solving, now you have to show why you are great at solving this pain. Why are you the best at solving this pain that your customers are experiencing, and you're solving this with your product or service? This is going to show your unique selling proposition. This is going to show why you are the one for them, why they should buy. How do you uniquely solve this problem in the best way? This is not explaining your features or the details or the specs of your product or service. This is giving a holistic point of view of why you solve this problem easily. And this could be through a quick demo. This could be through some text on your sales page. This could be through some images or an infographic or a comparison chart. The point here is that you want to give people the information and the understanding that you are the best in the game at solving this problem. That's your challenge, and this is the most difficult part of the sales process. So far, there's nothing here that is scammy or sleazy or really difficult, because you're just identifying who's perfect for your product, what's the problem your product solves, and how does your product solve it very well. This is where you got to let your product or your service shine. This is where you show your personality. Now, everything I'm mentioning today can be applied to a sales video, a sales page, the content that you produce, again, a webinar you do, a demo, a live presentation, a one-on-one conversation. Number 3 is where people will sign on the dotted line or click the buy button. This is really where people turn the corner, where they say, yes, this sounds like a great solution to this problem. Now, I said 4 principles. What's the 4th principle? Sometimes it's not enough for you to explain things, for you to say you're great, to say that you are the best solution. Number 4 is show what others think. This includes testimonials from your current users or customers. This includes testimonials of people that are respected in your market. If you show that there are people that your audience, your customers look up to, use this product, they'll say, hey, if it's good enough for them, it'll be good enough for me. And that works in any industry. And this is just showing that, hey, don't take my word for it. Hear what other people say. And you can do this in video form. You can do this in text form. You can add their images, whatever it is. The point here is that you need social proof. You can't just have yourself saying, hey, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great. It's a lot more impactful when other people praise you and your products and services. Guys, I got more on today's topic, but before that, let me give love to today's sponsor, Acuity Scheduling. Guys, the reason why we use Acuity Scheduling and love it is because we've tried them all. We've tried all the other competitors, and we find Acuity Scheduling not only powerful, but easy to use, not only for us, but also for the people that are booking us for our time. Whether they're clients of ours, or meetings I'm having with my team, or booking a time to be on somebody else's podcast. With Acuity Scheduling, you just give the other person your Acuity Scheduling link, and they can book you right on your calendar easily and simply. If you're in the service-based business, whether you're a hairdresser, a massage therapist, a doctor, a dentist, whatever it is, this is perfect. This is perfect if you are dealing with clients, because you allow them to book themselves on your calendar. You don't miss an appointment, and you make it easy for them to book you for your time. Give it a try for free for 45 days with this special link. Go to acuityscheduling.com/MBA. Again, that's ACUITY scheduling.com/MBA. All right, guys, I want to wrap up this lesson. Let's go over the 4 sales principles I talked about today. Number 1, sell to only qualified leads, people that will already be interested in what you offer. Number 2, identify the pain you are solving with your product or service. Number 3, show why you are great at solving this pain. Why are you unique? Why is your solution the best? And number 4, make sure you show what other people think, not just yourself. Testimonials, give social proof so people understand that your product and service is praiseworthy. All right, guys, that wraps up today's lesson. I really wanted to give today's lesson because I wanted to give a very short, concise, but practical guide to sales. This is really what you need to know to be decent at sales. Now, there are other skills you can have, but this can get you the ball rolling. These are the fundamentals. If you can nail these, you'll be good to go. So if you're iffy, you don't feel comfortable about sales, just stick to these 4 principles. Guys, thanks so much for listening to the $100 MBA Show. Just a quick reminder, make sure you hit subscribe on your podcast app because we're well over 600 episodes now, and these podcast apps only display the last 300 episodes. So if you want access to over 300 other episodes in the archive, you got to hit subscribe so you can get it in the feed. All right, guys, that wraps up today's episode. Before I go, I want to leave you with this. Sales is not about convincing. It's about educating. You need to educate your qualified lead about your product and service. The formula should be a qualified lead comes in, you educate them on your business, on your product, your service, and it becomes a no-brainer for them. Like, wow, this is a great solution. This is exactly what I'm looking for. This is why I want to buy this. I'm going to buy this. That's it. That's how you should think of it. Don't think of it as something like I have to cajole them, I got to convince them, I got to pressure them. That doesn't work. Make your life easier, find qualified leads, show them how you can solve their pain, and they'll be happy to pay you money for it. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'll check you in tomorrow's episode. Take care.